we say, I assure you. We will continue the good work that you have all done us for. I want to thank you very sincerely. No, not facing front. No facing on the front. Today, all the liberties are been extended and then somebody here, he said, so I want to thank our friends and guests. In the next few minutes, I will be coming here with somebody who is going to anchor this event. His name is my baby. He's already outside. He's changing to meet us. As soon as he steps in, we'll start up. And if you need a copy of the program, I have it here. Don't worry. I can help to distribute it. And then I also want to let you know we have, for those who don't have it, okay. Tonight we'll be celebrating different Nigerians who have done so well in their different fields and who unexpectedly have won the vote of a lot of us in celebration of their kind words. Tonight we are celebrating persons who have shown friendship in the manner that have revealed knowledge. And we have no other person than Mr. Aki Osobo, who will be heavily celebrated today with a very landmark unique award. We also have our father and Mr. Aki, please clap for him. Thank you. We also have our father and senior brother, a financial guru, a turnaround expert, and the man that is financially sowing seed. In the church, you say you sow seed. In the business world, this is the real person that is giving the financial fertilizers that is changing business and fecundating the whole process of making money and lifting so many persons out of poverty. Today, we have the joy of not just his esteemed company and president, we have the joy of celebrating him and thanking God for the wonderful things he has done for this country and for Nigerians. Please join me to specially celebrate and welcome our niece, our brother, Dr. Godwin Eidiamuswe. Thank you. When you hear Lapo, you know it's money. In the past few months, I've had persons call me as a lawyer to come to my office to say, Barrister, I borrowed 20,000 naira for online agency. I'm yet to pay. The next thing, they are contacting my friends on Facebook. They are contacting all my relations, calling me all sorts of funny names. And I don't understand why they should do that. These are not ordinary loan sharks. You have not heard of any person saying, I took money from Lapo, and Lapo have gone to social media to tell the whole world. Lapo is a silent and instructive delivering agency for change. And so, when people voted on our platform and said, this member, hello, let's take the microphone. Thank you. We also have in our midst tonight a very respected legal luminary, a specialist in litigation, and a very fine, kind human being. He was the Solicitor General of Edo State. and for many years, the Attorney General of Edo State. Ladies and gentlemen, join me to welcome the immediate past Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General of Edo State, Barrister Wole Iyamu San. Why do you feel more weird? We have in our midst also the leader of the party and the chairman of all the lawyers in Edo State, chairman of the NBA Benin branch, my personal friend and brother, the man that is as tall as his heart, Barrister Edo Sagi. I hope you are there ever since I'm coming from a function. He said, I want to go and change. I know you wearing coats, I want to go away. I say, come like that. Don't wear anything, come, don't worry. All protocols will be observed in your honor. We have in our midst one of the most celebrated Nollywood experts, traditional and pride of this wonderful country. Our brother, German train, Benin born, Lancelot Odua.
You deserve me award for tonight.
Two days ago, he called me. He said, I just arrived this country and I'm coming to Benin. I want to be in this occasion because it is the place to be. And I want to meet a lot of persons that are arguing with me or arguing with online. Just walking in is a professor of computer science, University of Benin, member of this wonderful group, and one of the persons who helped us manage the program. Please join me to welcome Professor Kisley Okawa. We have a very wonderful representative of the immediate past senator representing the good people of Edo South, Senator Matthew Ruide, by no less a person as the nobody who worked with the leader of Benin Kingdom, here with his beloved wife, Come to the front here. We also have in our midst our learned friend and senior, a very distinguished sports and clubber. When I say sports player, he's an expert. He's everywhere at all times. He's at home in Lagos, just as at home in Benin. Former Secretary Benin Club, a legal juggernaut. Ladies and gentlemen, permit me to welcome to your midst our brother and our very good friend, Barrister Ogunsusi. He has joined us. Let's welcome him joyfully. Thank you very much. We also have a very powerful delegation from our sister, my own personal blood sister, a unique woman, one of the very few Nigerians that love education and is concerned and passionate about the welfare and direction of indigent persons who are zealous of education and willing to change their life. This is one of the very few persons who have taken it upon ourselves to do what some government can't even afford or think about doing. Some government promise bursary, and to pay bursary is a big problem. And when they decide to pay bursary, they pay bursary to their officials and to their members. Those who can afford bursary, they give bursary to them. This is government with all the money and facility. But our system is different. Different in the sense that in different parts of the states, in the north, in the east, and the south, this woman is impacting simultaneously a very large pool of potential presidents, head of states, governors, senators, and all that. Ladies and gentlemen, permit me to welcome the representative of Princess Dr. Ambassador Mrs. Rosemary Osula, who is heavily represented today by Dr. Obama. If you go to the university, this woman is simultaneously paying school fees of over 50 persons. If you go to Bessie Dawson University, this woman is simultaneously paying the school fees of over 50 persons. If you go to Afro University, this woman is paying the school fees of over 100 persons school fees simultaneously. If you go to Christian University in Abeokuta, this woman is paying the school fees of over 100 persons simultaneously. If you go to this university in Benue State, I don't have the full name here, they will give you this. As we speak, this woman is paying the school fees of over 500 persons simultaneously. And if you factor in the fact that private schools charge as much as 2 million, 3 million for school fees, you will know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying this to hype you. I'm a direct beneficiary. Six years ago, she called me, Jefferson, look for anybody in your family that want to go to school. I'll pay school fees. I said, I don't have anybody home. They said, you mean you can't find anybody in your family that is jam that want to go to school? I called my cousin. And one day, when they were she said, no. And then my mother said, no. Next year. I can't wait. This is a true story. Because we need to spread this discussion. I called my brother. That's your daughter. How far? He said, not. I called my younger sister in Lagos. Mercy, do you have anybody? He said, I don't have, but my house girl is on road jam. I said, where is she from? He said, from Oyo. I said, okay. She wrote jam in Lagos. I said, okay, let me have it. I sent her details to Madam Rosula. She said, where is the person? He said, let the person come to Benin immediately. The following day, she arrived Benin. Mrs. Fosa, Honorable Fosa, took her straight to the university. As she got there, they said, this is your class. You have resumed school, not school. The girl came with just 2 materials. The uncle that came along with her, they ran to Benin to start getting dressed for her to wear. She entered pre-medicine. After a year, she could not meet up the rigorous training. She entered into medical lab. She graduated last year, the year before. Yes, the parents came to her house with yam, plantain. I drove them away. I said, I'm not the one that gave scholarship to your daughter. The youngest father is a bus driver. The girl's mother is my wife, my youngest husband's sister. And they give to her as just, you call, somebody to steal. And that girl is, she's traumatized by the change of circumstance.
I like that.
Yes. She's traumatized. She went to a private university from a very poor home, and she's like, I can't believe it. I called Madam, please, these people want to say thank you to you. He said, I don't want to see them. After that one, she called me, Jefferson, that's your daughter I received on Facebook. Or my son on the university. I said, yes. I said, she wants to go to the University of Benin. He said, take her to Benin University. I've already dropped her name there. Hello? Mr. Ben, find her to sit, please. Besides money for upkeep and books, my daughter left University with a 2-1 law. I do not know the office of God. Please, I decided to give this personal, specific experience because when you are calling out names of person who have done this, I will go and like, are you sure? You're not happy in this person. Last year, I went to Christian University where I presented this woman to give scholarship to over 100 persons. Half of them were from orphanage homes. Orphanage homes. So please, join me to especially salute this woman who today was voted as Nigeria's most outstanding philanthropist. Thank you. She called them and asked them to go and bring names of all young persons who want to go to university. Last year she paid for 15. The year before she paid for 20. This year she paid for 15. We're not talking about to go to a middle secondary school, ordinary secondary school. We know how much it is. So please, it's good to celebrate this woman because I asked questions and I actually saw it. I want to welcome you all. Please, we have drinks here. If there's anything you want that is not on your table, let me know. We came prepared. Thank you very I had a great line. Like I don't think it's true. I can say The chairman of this evening's occasion is no other person, our brother and a very good friend, Air Vice Marshal Charles Owen, who is here. You won't believe this man is a general and has trained generals. He is one of the very supportive member of Marketplace of Ideas. So it's our pleasure to have in our midst this evening APM Charles Owen. A few minutes ago, I saw Sandra. Where's Sandra? Sandra, stand up, let me see.
Where is she?
Yes, yes. Where is she? Stand up. Sarah. Come. Mr. Mike, maybe, please a round of applause for him. He had a church program today. A very busy day in the church. I spoke to him earlier. Hello. So let's welcome our brother, Mr. Mike Ebe. Please come and tell us your people why we did our address and sermon. Thank you. Please just walk to
I am very sorry. I stand on the existing protocol that may have been established. I apologize profusely. It's not in my character to come in between program. As a matter of fact, it's an habit and ethically to be here before the program takes off. But this is my third event. The second one I'm disembarking from being from the church. And you know how important God is to all of us. So please pardon my inadequacies.
Too much money.
I apologize, and I am here. And I wish you Merry Christmas.
My teacher.
Thank you very much. Hello. I'm sure a few minutes ago I did a manual introduction of guests. I might have to do that quickly while we read our address. I want to please inform my sister Sarah and my brother Tunde that they will take their seats in the seat behind them while the awardees who come and sit here is expressly and exclusively reserved for them. But you're not going to lose anything. I assure you, the table you are going to is loaded. You can't load. You're not going to take their drinks off so you can take over. So we want Dr. Bobby to come to the front. We want the next seat to come to the front, please. Yes. And then, where is... Yes.
I want to sit to this troublemaker.
Yeah. So, the other seat, you have lost nothing by changing your seat, please. Yes. So, we also have in our midst Mr. Dan Ogbege Esquire. If Ogbege do not see Obaseki in the day, or see Obaseki in the day, they never pray. So, Ogbege, no problem.
He has repented. He has repented. His stomach has protruded.
Yes.
He has repented. The government is
We have the registrar of Edo State School of Nursing, a very distinguished man, the son of our very good leader and father, J.B. Obaseki. His name is Mr. Obaseki. I call him Papa. I'm sorry, he has a better name than Papa. So, I don't know whether I will confuse him. He's here too. The chairman of NFA, Benin, Edo State NFA, is here with us today. Please welcome me, our brother. He's the chairman of Edo State Football Association. He's here and we're happy to have him here. Yes. We also have Engineer Ben, who is always reminding me of Bermuda Farm for no reason. He's here, and I'm sure when you read about Engineer Ben, this is Ben. Ben Oguma is from Fuga, and a very good friend of Jefferson, and a member of our platform.
Taylor made step.
Yes.
Fuga is the most beautiful place in those states. All the roads are tarred.
We also have Mr. Eleke. Eleke, not Eleke. Eleke is somewhere hiding. He's hiding somewhere.
We'll get around
This is not Eleke. This is Eleke. Not Eleke. Dele Eleke is hiding somewhere.
the two of them. He will show.
We also have our very respected senior brother and former, in fact not former, very one of the most resourceful, experienced journalists in this country and publisher of U.S. Temple, Mr. Emeka Ogbege in our midst. A few minutes ago, our brother walked in. The Ishaman has been in from Uboka. We call him Gaddafi. There's a lot of applause for him.
Gaddafi is from Uboka.
Yes.
Uboka.
Mohana. I'll ask the police to do it. So, it's welcome. There are more persons on the way here. As soon as the join us, we will acknowledge them. We don't want to spend too much time. I want to believe that you have a copy of my welcome address in the program you have before you, please. I don't know if you permit me to read it. We have a welcome address here, which I'm going to read. I will read the first two paragraphs, and I will read the last two. To being an address of welcome delivered by Jefferson Warren at the marketplace of Idea end of year dinner and award ceremony held in the city on Sunday, 17 December 2023. And like I stated, we all have a copy of this address. I'm not going to bore you with the complete. I will just read the first two paragraphs and the last two paragraphs, and I hope you permit me, please. To understand the history and aims of this forum and the subterraneous ideas preparing this as espoused daily by members, a parallel knowledge of our criminal justice system in front of all Western democratic system, which insists upon proof beyond reasonable doubt in criminal cases, will be of great cognitive help. The reason is simple. The historical and societal insistence on proof beyond reasonable doubt is based upon the horrid past experiences in many developed societies, principally the consequence of the activities of courtiers and court jesters that surrounded royal courts then, beguiling justice through flattering charms and deliberate deceptions. I will come back to the activities of courtiers shortly, but let me first make an attempt at the construction of the equitable remedy of proof beyond reasonable doubt. Now, you have the whole details. I'm going to the last two paragraphs so that we don't enter. We are not a stock exchange of ideas. Our ideas and precepts and warning products are fully available to those who are humble and ready to read with unbiased minds. We senior advocates on this platform, including professors of legal field, vice chancellors, and select professionals. We are here to act as a voice of reason for many looking for meanings and direction in our increasingly uncertain times. Today, on the marketplace of ideas, nothing is off the table, except for trappers' laws, sexist joke, pornography, or sexually explicit pictures or video. Even the second coming of our Lord Jesus Christ will be discussed on marketplace. In fact, the rapture of the saints will be heavily analyzed and debated on the marketplace of ideas by Ike and Olympics. With our son.
That party, I go pay your house rent. No, we don't pay. I know you are straight. I will pay.
I won't be around that time. Nobody should ask me how I joined the saint. Because when you have to discuss the rapture of the saint, it means the saint is so bad. We are past there. So we have that as a very brief introduction, and we have done introduction of guests. We have our brother here, the learned Sikh, who is going to talk to us quickly on the subject of concern to a lot of us. And I'll be very, very pleased and grateful and gracious enough to hand the mic to him so that he can just talk to us briefly on these areas of concern. You need yes, thank you. Just a minute. Go ahead.
Good evening, my brothers and sisters. Particularly that very troublesome sister that we are seeing for the first time. We shall. Gaddafi has already pronounced one very powerful punishment. Anybody who misbehaves will turn out to tortoise. However, I am aware that a lot of us are not here physically, but the platform, because of its very nature, is such that it is electronic. And a lot of our members are joined online. And there are probably even much more than those here. I will therefore ask that we be... Am I being heard?
Yes, sir.
I will therefore ask that we be a bit attentive. It's going to be very short, I'll try very hard. I will distribute hard copies when I finish, and as usual, I'll post a soft copy on the platform. It is with great pleasure and honor that I stand before you today to discuss a topic that is both timely and crucial in our ever-changing world. The role Gaddafi. And now you won't be the tortoise now. The role of intellectuals in the management of social tensions. In a much less complicated and binary world, when we were growing up, the divide was between the libertarian neo-colonial capitalism of the West as opposed to the central planning Marxist, Leninist communism of the East. Sadly, in the age of AI, social media bloggers, the total annihilation and pauperization of the already poor, LGBTQ activism, the assault on our judicial architecture from within and without, an increasingly violence-prone prebendal ruling class, etc., to suggest that our society is riven by social tensions is to preach to the choir. In a world characterized by diverse opinions, clashing beliefs, and ever-increasing tensions, in a society like ours, where conflicts and divisions seem to be on the rise, it is imperative that we recognize the power and responsibility of intellectuals in fostering understanding, empathy, and in shaping a harmonious and inclusive future. As a great American philosopher, Ralph, may I please have your attention for a few minutes, please. As a great American philosopher, Ralph Waldo Emerson once stated, the true test of civilization is not the census, nor the size of the cities, nor the crops. No, but the kind of man that the country turns out. And it is the intellectuals who shape the minds and souls of the country to which they belong. So who exactly are these intellectuals I'm referring to? They are the thinkers, the scholars, the artists, the social scientists, the visionaries, and the catalysts for change. They are the ones who have the ability to crucially analyze social issues and offer solutions that bridge divides, break down barriers, and create a more harmonious coexistence. Their role, however, extends far beyond the realm of academia. As Albert Einstein once wisely stated, the world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. Intellectuals have a moral obligation to engage with society and actively contribute to the resolution of social tensions, while unafraid to question the establishment in offering alternative perspectives. Their dedication to knowledge and their relentless pursuit of new ideas make them a beacon of hope in troubled times. As renowned author Helen Keller once said, no pessimist ever discovered the secrets of the stars, or sailed to an uncharted land, or opened a new doorway for the human spirit. Intellectuals, driven by curiosity and optimism, are the guiding light that opens those doorways and propels societies forward. Now, one might wonder, what is the role of intellectuals in managing social tensions? The answer lies in their capacity to challenge, educate, and create platforms for dialogue. Intellectuals are not confined to the ivory towers. They are in every facet of society. And they possess the power of the mind, which can be harnessed to foster dialogue, change perceptions, and promote understanding. As Václav Havel, the iconic Czech playwright and dissident, once remarked, without the power of the art, without the power of imagination, we would not be able to overcome the divisions and pass into dialogue with those who have been enslaved or driven into dependency. Indeed, it is through intellectual discourse that societies like ours can confront tensions and find a path to sustained progress. Furthermore, intellectuals have the unique ability to challenge the narratives of extremism that perpetuate division and hatred through their research, artistic expressions, and media engagement. Intellectuals shed light on the underlying causes of social tensions. As Albert Camus, the celebrated French philosopher, once wrote, an intellectual is someone whose mind watches itself. Intellectuals provide insights that prompt society to acknowledge the realities that bring tensions, be it socioeconomic inequality, cultural clashes, or political polarization. Only by acknowledging these roots of tension can we find viable solutions. One of the greatest statesmen of our time, Nelson Mandela, once said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. These words resonate deeply with the role intellectuals play in managing social tensions. Education in its truest sense is not just about acquiring knowledge, but also about fostering empathy, understanding, and tolerance. Intellectuals have the power to challenge existing narratives and debunk stereotypes and bridge the gaps between different communities. However, the role of intellectuals goes beyond analysis and critique. Intellectuals are also agents of change, advocates for justice, and promoters of inclusiveness. Martin Luther King Jr., prominent intellectual of our time, stated, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter." Intellectuals must use their platforms to amplify the voices of the marginalized, break the shackles of silence, and advocate inclusivity. Their role is to remind society of our universal values: compassion, empathy, and respect for human dignity. The role of intellectuals is not without challenges. Managing social tensions can be sometimes met with resistance, backlash, and even hostility. It is crucial for intellectuals to be resilient and unwavering in the face of these challenges. As anguished writer James Baldwin once wrote, not everything that is changed, not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. It is the duty of intellectuals to face these challenges head on, for it is through dialogue and perseverance that lasting change emerges. In a world that is increasingly polarized, intellectuals serve as a compass, guiding us towards a shared vision of a better society. They remind us that our differences need not to be a source of division, but rather an opportunity for growth and understanding. However, with great power comes great responsibility. Intellectuals must use their platforms and influence ethically and responsibly, without biases or personal agendas. They must remain committed to truth, justice, and the pursuit of a more equitable society. As the Indian political leader, the Mahatma Gandhi famously stated, "Be the change that you wish to see in the world." Intellectuals must not only identify problems, but must also actively participate in finding solutions, ensuring their theories and ideas translate into meaningful actions. The role of intellectuals in the management of social tensions cannot be understated. By challenging the status quo, shedding light on the roots of tensions, and promoting inclusivity. Intellectuals have the power to transform society. As we navigate through an era marked by division, polarization, and social tensions, let us embrace the role of intellectuals and encourage their contributions. Let us heed the words of Martin Luther King Jr., who proclaims, our lives must be a testimony to the highest values we hold. Let us remember the words of poet Maya Angelou, who said, I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. May intellectuals continue to inspire and make us feel that a harmonious society is not only possible, but also within our grasp. MPOI represents a shining star in an increasingly darkening universe. From the rigid academic realism of an Uhuegbe, the rampant cerebral mischief of a Niyi Obembe,
Very mischievous.
the logical insistence of a contextual Jesu Obo, the hard puritanism of Papa Kede from Hussein, the unapologetic partisanship of architect Osakpama Ewon, the laborious explanations of my former colleagues in government, Dr. Juan, Ifeanyi Isibo, and Naikari, are examples.
They are quite wrong.
The regular battles between Dele Elepe, Okunkolo, and Dan Obege, and others too numerous to mention, all ably moderated by the manifestly unjust Jefferson Wogien.
Many unjust. Many unjust.
The master of face your In conclusion, therefore, I am an incurable optimist. Seeing half full glasses, even where some see none at all. In paraphrasing, two, and I repeat, two of the greatest Nigerian wordsmiths of our time. It is morning yet on creation morning. And we must therefore set forth at dawn. Together, we can harness the power of the mind to create the just and inclusive society we want. Thank you for your attention.
Reverend, don't make it. Don't make it.
The mic is yours. Mr. Mark Ebi, the mic is yours.
I can see my big brother from Okomu. Long time no see. You are wearing a very different look.
We not see how you look.
Are you too?
And,
This one don't talk.
I thought,
I'm telling you,
I thought you would have brought some keg of
yeah, with Jefferson.
different variants of oil
If you Jefferson.
give to us as Christmas gift. Nonetheless, the evening is going to be robust. Very, very quickly, we are going to be serenaded to some music, and then of course, I am told that dinner is ready. I guess it's a buffet, and I am also sure that some other persons may want to interrogate the paper that has been presented. It has thrown out a lot of issues that are calling for attention. Existential problems, how we can engage them and interrogate them to bring forth a better society. The music we play now, after a moment, we probably will come back to interrogate this very cerebral paper that has been presented to us. Have a very swell evening. Let us relax, socialize, and spoil ourselves safe for the night. Merry Christmas again. It's music we play. Just signal any of the persons serving and you'll get the bottle. Probably two. Thank you. For me, I was just aghast there and listening very, very aptly. So many authors and so many writers, so many opinion leaders, so many frontiers in the pushing of the pen and paper quoted in that paper. The whole thing is wrapped around the fact that there are existential issues. How do we engage them? How do we improve our society through this very viable vehicle, Mpoi, a community of intellectuals and professionals doing things across board. Now, who is the first to break the jinx so we can interrogate the paper? Yes, sir?
The man who gave the address, a very respected man, a barrister, a senior advocate of Nigeria, someone like the admin is aiming to get to that particular chairman of MBA Benin branch is also eyeing that particular position. By the grace of God, he shall get there with his tutelage and guidance. What I'm saying is this: he hit the nail on the head. He has been an active participant in the platform. The truth is that on Mpoi, we talk about politics, but we are not political. We talk about religion, but we are not religious. We bring up ideas, and for the sake of bringing up that ideas, we want members to ventilate on those ideas, talk about them, digest them, and at the end of the day, we get the nitty-gritty of those ideas. And I believe that His Excellency, the Governor of the state, even though he doesn't appear to be participating in the group, from what I've heard, himself and the Deputy Governor, they are active participants in the background. They listen to us, they check what we say, and they take notes of everything we do. And at the end of the day, when we start rolling out initiatives and improvements on behalf of the government, we start seeing what we have discussed on. That even though we talk on Mpoi, it is not empty. Whatever we discuss on, the government sees them. They digest them, talk about them, improve on them. Because they know that every member of that group, they are apolitical. They may belong to different political parties. But there's one thing that unites all of us, and that is the progress of Edo State and Nigeria. And I'm so glad to be a member of that group. We quarrel at times, but at the end, we still reach our initiative. How do we improve Edo State? And I'm surprised the Honorable Commissioner for Education is not around. She has been the greatest beneficiary of that group. We discuss, and funny enough, she's so active that when we discuss, she tells us the government position. We now dissect it, tell her where the government is wrong. She doesn't feel bad. She takes it back, and when then she comes back, she tries to tell us this is how her principal has improved on every initiative of the anomaly that we discussed. And I'm so happy to be a member of that group. And I will continue to be a member. For Barrister Wole Iyamu, he gets angry sometimes. But the truth is that he tells us the truth. He tells us the truth. That sometimes when we discuss, I feel very bad that I'm not a lawyer because I would have benefited more from his tutelage. So NPOI is the best place to be. Whatever he has discussed here is based upon what we talk about in the group, what we digest, and what we come up with as solution. I'm surprised that people like Mpoi Dinner, Barrister Engineer Emmanuel Nekwe, and me are not here. They would have thrown more light on what he has talked about. Good or bad, NPOI is the place to be. And we shall continue to ventilate on what will move the state forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Very flowing, very good talk. I think we should give him a louder round of applause. That was a very good contribution to keep the ball rolling. Now, the governor of entertainment. I am particularly very pleased and proud about this young man, and that we should celebrate people, as a matter of fact, while they are alive and when they are still in the trajectory of progression of their profession, career, whatever. Lancelot has contributed immensely to the creative industry and creative economy of not only Edo State, Nigeria, Africa, and globally. I see that he is celebrated less, and that perhaps is also because of the nature of how we celebrate properties, particularly intellectual and or otherwise. Lancelot is going to contribute to this paper. He's done a lot. I please humbly request that we particularly herald him with a very wonderful round of applause.
That was my teacher when I was secondary school. I'm in my 50s now. I'm not a young man anymore. Now, it was my teacher when I was secondary school.
He must be 80 now.
Yes. The man is close. You don't be deceived by his by a very clean look. In his 80s. So I like the topic. I want to address this personally. The role of intellectuals in the management of social tensions. It's an unfortunate time to be in Nigeria, and I say this without mixing words. First, I'm shocked that our father, the President Kufa, Oluwole Iyamu, they said former commissioner. So I'm shocked. I don't know about the formership of the commissioner. I know him as the commissioner. So I don't know when the former came into the picture. I'm a bit at a loss over the formership of that we're putting on the name. How well, sir, can the contributions of intellectuals become functional in the direction of government, especially in a place like us called Nigeria? I do not think that because most times I just come here in less than 10 minutes. You see over 400 and something posts by people, ventilating, postulating, posing. Then I ask myself, where do we go from here? So I don't know whether we can take it further, but actually, because a lot goes on when I'm deleting, when the phone gets to. And I feel pain. You're deleting so much that will make Nigeria a better and a greater place. Because unfortunately, we come and talk and talk and talk and talk. Ogbegie will cause those who want to call. My senior brother and the government of the year will in his own way just laugh over very serious matter and insist on supporting those that he is supporting. Even those that plunge us in this abysmal situation we have found ourselves. The man is unrepentant. So how do we, sir, maybe next year, push further the intellectualism that actually goes on within a group like this, so that it will begin to surface where it should surface, if you know what I mean. I don't know, maybe when the homeboys take charge, we can read that and say, this is what we discussed today at Marketplace of Ideas. So that's my point, sir. The topic, how do we like now? All we write about weekend in Rivers, how will he hold it? The judgment for tomorrow has already leaked. So all I will say, how can we begin to push it to begin to make sense to those in government that take charge of because once they get into position, they no longer take us seriously. So that's my position. Sir, how do we intellectuals, we dissipate a lot of energy, we write. How do we get to the right places where these things are supposed to get to? Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay, you have something to say. Okay. We'll come to you later after he has responded to the three.
I am most grateful that somebody is here to listen to S.A. William. His name is Dan. You know, the role of intellectuals in our society. I think listening to him has solved the problem in the Edo political terrain today. The role of intellectuals. What's our role? The decision we take, how will it affect our peaceful coexistence? How will it improve our well-being? How will it develop Edo and Edo's indigenous residents? That is $1 million question. And I think if I were Dano Biggie, having listened to S.A. William, I would have a change of heart, a change of attitude, a change of approach. Because the role of intellectuals is critical to our well-being, our peaceful coexistence, and our progress. Thank you.
Now we make welcome one of our own. Oh, sorry, sir. I wanted to quickly welcome.
We make welcome indeed two of them. They are great sons of the soil. They are here with us, the former president, Nigerian Bar Association. I'm now pushing the frontiers politically. Please make welcome Oluwole Akpata. Olumide. It is because Oluwole just presented a paper. Please, Olumide Akpata, Esquire. Please let us make welcome. Put your hands together for it. Can we just welcome with a round of applause, please? We also have the former House of Rep member, now pushing the frontiers politically. My dear brother, we have with us my dear brother Obede Hama, please with us, Honorable Morike Obede Hama with us, please may we put our hands together and welcome them. Now the microphone is over to our big uncle, Oluwole Yanu, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, former Attorney General, Honorable Commissioner of Justice.
Guys, can try that one.
Okukolo, MC.
Yes, sir.
I am like a mosquito. I am like a mosquito that landed
is a nudist colonel. A nudist colonel. The problem is, where do I begin? Just before I was supposed to speak, two gentlemen came in. By age and tradition in Benin, they are both my younger brothers. By protocol and procedure, they are respectable seniors that I must respect. I will start by recognizing my brother, Mr. Olumide Akpata. Osaibobo Akpata. Past president of the Nigerian Bar Association. You see, after God, I repeat, and I don't know whether we are listening. After God, these are the people who made me a senior advocate. It is not a debt that I can pay in one day or one night. And it is not a debt that I can ever even attempt to repay. In addition to that, he has done so many other things for me. So I can say that we flew on the same plane today into Benin and had a conversation. And I'm sure he will not mind if I mention it. Because in the course of the conversation, he identified me as one of his opponents. Exactly. And thank you. And I told him, I said, but for the grace of God and the upbringing that some of us had, and the attitude and training that we have received, you will not need to be asking that question. But that is the way we are in Benin. We were brought up that way. We were trained that way. We do not carry our fights to the market. We settle our quarrels inside the house. So my brother, it is not possible for me it is not possible for you and I to be enemies. You are my brother. And the next person who came in is also my younger brother. Sometimes he doesn't recognize it. And I take the effort to remind him, although he once reminded me, to be honest. Honorable Mpoi Dinner is not just my representative in Oredo, he's my brother. In the Yoruba sense, he's my aburo, my very, very, very small aburo. I cannot wish him evil. It is not possible. You see the nature of the politics we have in Edo?
We cannot fight the kind of fight that Yoruba people fight. We don't fight the kind of fight that does not have tomorrow. See, this one is my brother. See, this one is my brother. The only prayer that I will pray, and I don't know whether it will go down well with you, either of you, is that whatever you wish in life for yourselves, any one of those prayers that will not be good for you, God will not let it come true. For anyone that will be good for you and will be good for the people of those things, God will make it come to pass. I will now stop. I will thank Honorable Jeff. I think I've taken up plenty of your time.
Not honorable, sir.
I see. And then attempt to address very... Because honestly, I ended my speech with one comment. It is morning yet. On creation morning. And we must set forth at dawn. It is necessary, not only as Edos, as Nigerians, and as human beings, that we recognize that we are living in a time of serious social tensions. Switch on your television. Forget about whether you watch Nigerian TV. Most of you don't. You're all big men. So you're watching CNN or Sky or Al Jazeera. What does it tell you? Crisis. People are being killed. People are being hurt. We're dealing with a time of social tension. We're arguing over LGBTQ. We're arguing over all sorts of things. We're even arguing over whether we should eat meat or not. At the time when some of us are looking for bush meat to buy. But the truth of the matter, which is my attempt to answer your question, is to quote Chief Mpoi Dinner so many years ago. They do not tell the deaf man that the market has closed. Wọ́n sọ pé etí ẹ̀ ló di ojú ẹ̀ fọ́. He might be deaf, but he's not blind. He can see that there's no market anymore. When it gets to the level where we are taking caterpillars and bringing down our own houses of assembly, when it gets to the level where we are spending billions on buying vehicles for our members of the National Assembly, and we are telling our people that there is no money to pay their salary, therefore they should tighten their belt, something is going to give very soon. The prayer that I pray for this country, see those khaki boys, the government will come back, because it will set us back another century. I pray for us in this country that the voices of the intellectuals and the voices of reason and the voices of caution will take over and warn us that this path we are treading is the path of perdition. We will all pay the price. And the danger, we made noise when Emirates said they were not coming to Nigeria. They need us more than we need them. They have been away for over a year. They don't need us.
Clearly.
One day you will hear that British Airways is not coming to Nigeria. Then you will realize that we have a problem. I pray. One of the problems we have in this country is that there is no elite consensus. There is no elite agreement. Everywhere in the world, go to every civilized country. Amongst the elite. You see, I told the person sitting next to me, I said, we have destroyed our middle class. Totally. We have annihilated our middle class. There's no middle class. Then we pauperized the poor. And then we are spending billions renovating our houses. So the question that I ask is that, is there no elite consensus? Forget about our disagreements on politics and who will win, who will not win, or what will win, or as we used to say when we were in school, on forms of government, let the fools dispute. Whatever is best administered is best. The problem is that we have not even agreed on what are our basic elite consensus rules. And if the elite is unable to agree, the society is doomed.
Yes.
The elite cannot even agree as to whether we should borrow or we should not borrow. The elite is unable to agree as to whether we should subsidize fuel or we should not subsidize. Our elite is unable to agree as to whether we should subsidize education or not. We do not have an elite. The day we begin to have an intellectual elite, and that is why I praised Mpoi as the beginning or as a shining light in a darkening universe where people are at least debating ideas until we begin to look at those issues and come to some consensus. We do not have to be right. The state of Israel is never right, but they are always in agreement. The United States is never right, but they are always in agreement. When we begin to have an elite consensus, we do not even have an elite consensus as to diet. The man on the street eats egusi, you here eat egusi. The man on the street eats bushmeat, you here eat bushmeat. Particularly IK. I'm sure it's the elephant. But seriously, we need an elite consensus as to certain things that will not be subject to debate. If we do not agree on those basic things, then we are doomed. And I think it was Martin Luther King who said it. That we either find a way to work together or we perish together as fools. Thank you very much.
Very brief response there. But we take one or two comments and then we will go on to. I am being moderated here. Do I have a choice? No, of course. We have a great guy here doing great creative things. Where's the young man? I cited him a while ago. Indeed, handed over a big bottle of drink to him. MC Medical is a lawyer and a practicing one at that. The Nigerian youth class that has been so debased by the establishments and policies still do a lot of great things. And that is why today we have the creative industry, which people like Lancelot Udua Imaswe are pioneering, are self-made. It's left for government just to do the policy, structure it, and use it as a springboard to spin foreign or forex to the country. But instead, they do otherwise. MC Medical is a great guy. He is a great comedian. He's a content provider, a very successful, budding, successful lawyer, doing great things across the board. We have him in the building. We need to douse the tension a little bit from the totally wiped out middle class to the very pedestrian poor and the very few powerful that are holding us ransom. Like the MC Medical, can you please step forward and make everyone laugh out the tension a little bit so we come out to do proper.
In the midst of so many great men and great women, please a round of applause for yourself. A round of applause. And why I'm happy being here, at least I've seen for myself. One of the things I've always said, you must always look for a way to balance things. I've seen big fishes here, big wigs, captains of industries. They still look for time to relax and enjoy. I tell you, in life, you must look for a way to enjoy. Feed the body that makes the money. I'm telling you, and one thing I must also tell you, you cannot please everybody in life. If you like kill yourself trying to please people, they will complain your burial rice no sweet. I'm telling you, you want to enjoy yourself, unwind. Like me, I've made up my mind from December 1st. The only way that they enjoy when I'm going to see me. I make you see you here. Yes. That's why I'm here. You know, there are some persons, one of the things they do is, I don't know how they do, they love saving. Any small thing save, 10 couple, they save, 1 letter. Me, if I make 20,000, I will eat 19.8. The balance will be to play bet. Okay, you used to play too. But you used to sneak off. You know, that's one of the things. You must look for a way to just, you must look for a way to just balance. You know? Like one thing I always tell people, when you are looking for a way to enjoy yourself, this country, you don't know where the country is carrying us to. Growing up, there was the way I planned my life. By now, I should be giving back to the society. But society gets there, give me first. And there's one thing they always told me, see, thank God I have so many persons here. Our former NBA chairman, he said, God bless you, sir. I have so many persons I want to ask this question. Why growing up as a kid, we get told that we get the leaders of tomorrow? Yes, we need to with the leader, they sing songs. Say, parents, listen to your children. You know, so I grew up with that mindset of being a leader. So I said, okay, pata, 18, 19, I don't be local government chairman. 25, 26, I don't be computer as governor. 31, 32, I don't be presidential. But you know, as we speak, I've not led anything. The only WhatsApp group I was admin, they removed me yesterday. So one thing I want to ask, is it that my teachers lied or my tomorrow has not reached? My tomorrow never comes. But when they dropped my nephew in school, she was singing that song. Say, hey, listen to your children. I hope I'm not. They have not settled my generation. You know, but it's not good. I tell you, one of the things we need to do. This government have tried. Please celebrate this government. Push back for them. They have tried. But one of the things they need to look at, they need to look deeper. get some of all this private school and no one mentioned name. I went to visit my little nephew in school. I heard the teacher was teaching. Who is the president of America? He said, Uncle I. He said, who? He said, Adamso Shomole. He said, clap for him, eh? Who is the president of Japan? He said, I. He said, who? He said, Mohammed Buhari. He said, clap for him. Now, the one way touch me pass. Who is the president of Nigeria? He said, I. Who? He said, Tony Kabaka. Clap for him. And I want to meet the teacher, but you know what you're teaching these people is wrong. He said, leave man like that until they pay us salary. And I tell you, whether you like it or not, education is important, but people are trying to trivialize it. No! No matter how beautifully dressed you are, once your English careless day, it defaces you. When somebody uploaded on the WhatsApp status today, fine girl, she just uploaded, oh my God, I'm feeling so perhaps. On my birthday last month, one girl wrote me, say, happy birthday, dear. Continue to rest in the bosom of the Lord. And you know some of all this English, I don't know if you guys take note on all this Easter Day English. You know, Easter has its own peculiar English. Jesus is rising. Jesus is risen. One girl, like Jesus is aroused. She just used capital letter, said, hooray, Jesus has resigned. Now you give her what? You know? But that's not the only thing I tell you. I don't know. That's why I tell you one of the ways to survive in this country. See, most everybody now, they are traveling abroad. Everybody, they are relocating. But the truth is, if you must remain here, there's no sugarcoating. Try and make money. Try and get money. This country doesn't favor the poor. Yes. A maker will never make them. Now they call it makers. A maker will get an And there's one thing you must know. Anything a big man does, each poor man do one. The same thing. They will give you different interpretations. As a big man, if you sleep in the afternoon, they will call it siesta. Make poor man sleep that sleep. They'll say that laziness. If a big man greets you first, they'll say, wow, he's humble. If poor man greets you, they'll say he won't beg. If a big man comes to your occasion in time, they'll say he's punctual. If poor man quick come, they'll say he don't get work. If a big man give birth to a child that's tall, they will call him giant. If poor man burnt up again, they call him dogo. If a big man child is stubborn, that's laughter part two. Please, a round of applause for his laugh. but ladies and gentlemen, before I go to the mic, there's one thing I don't know. I've noticed in this Benin, people are kind of hostile. I don't know. It's our nature. You know, say that this Benin person won't tell you please, you will replace I'm sorry. Sorry, can I have your Bible? Sorry, I'm at your back. Like, we just get aggressive. How I knew I want to withdraw money in First Bank in Ring Road, ATM. Why is it that you withdraw your own money, your sweat, you will invest who stand for your back? Why? I got collect first 20K 1 year they look. I collect the next one, she said, Isha. I collect the next 20K, she said, Boko. I take the next one, she said, Manta. As I want to take the next, I say, finish and thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
Put your hands together, thank Stephen. You are very creative. Resourceful. Nigerians are known to be very great stars everywhere they go. You are wearing a t-shirt, and the back of the t-shirt is a star. You are a star. Multidisciplinary. Please put your hands together for the young man. A lawyer providing creative content. I have been instructed by the brain box. The brain box of Mpoi, no doubt. The Jefferson Warrior Esquire.
He's done a lot. He's been able to gather this level of cerebral brains together to interrogate our existential problems and proper solutions. He's a man we need to celebrate. I am not patronizing him, but because he has gathered great caliber of persons like this, I think that we should give him a standing ovation. Please, may we all rise and celebrate this man. Even though at times he bulalas, he will sit down. Let us celebrate for converging us. The gentleman of the court of injustice. Yes. Please, may we put our hands together loud for him. He's trying a lot. Without this ingenious, commonplace.
He doesn't sleep.
Yes, he reacts to everything. This is the greatest elite social media driven intellectual conglomeration created by the brain box himself. Jefferson. Where Esquire. Please, may we put our hands together for him. It's time for buffet. It's time for buffet. Buffet is ready. I think we go gradually, not in any particular order we are going. The music will serenade us. Those people who have exclusively shown interest for the keke fair, for the fisherman soup, is also available. So please, music will serenade and we approach the buffet side. Thank you very much. Please. It's buffet. Buffet, right? It's buffet.
Yeah.
Everybody will go.
Why is buffet 10%?
Okay, break it down a little bit, but please give me good vibes. This one is like small God from your village. My guy. What's up? Okay, now, I can see chops going on to open our appetite for the buffet and for the keke fair, the fisherman soup, and all of that. That'll be fun. For now, we have the former NBA president here, opening up the frontiers politically now. He announced publicly that he was disengaging with core professional engagement in terms of what he has been known for, to veer into the arena and probably break the rank and file of the establishment and inaugurate the new order. I think these are the visions that we are seeing around you spread. And of course, for our honorable member, we know that Omorge Obedi has done a lot via the House. I can still remember very vividly when he was going to make his first stand-up speech in the very green chambers. He was adorned in that Benin regalia, and it looked very spectacular and different, outstanding. It looked like an African angel, and he caught the house in rapt attention by the singular look that it was different. They may want to do one or two or three lines and sentences of goodwill messages, even to Mpoi. I probably will pass the microphone first to the former NBA president, yes, Olumide Abata Esquire. Now we are rooting for you. That's the truth of the matter. Please, can you speak to them?
Did somebody say Florida? The administrator of Mpoi in absentia.
Not in absentia, it's here.
Administrator, sir.
He's here, sir.
No more. My cousin Jefferson Esquire. At least I recognize one of the honorees today. I'm just looking for the troublemaker of the year. I'm going to aspire for that award this year. When I saw that category, I said that is the shaker. But in today's parlance, we are called disruptors. It's a little bit more, it has been funkified now. We call them disruptors. But bottom line, no troublemaker will win. Then the senior advocate of Nigeria, Olole Iyanu, past Attorney General of Edo State. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my dear brother, the chairman of the Nigeria Bar Association, the Benin branch, the Lion Bar. Through him, I greet all members of the bar. As you can understand, I have a certain bias for that organization. So you will bear with me if I spend time speaking about the bar. My brother, Mpoi Dinner, our honorable representative, who represented us well, and whom we are extremely proud. I have nothing but love for reggae. We have been friends and brothers for many years. I consider it an honor to be asked to have been asked to make a few remarks on this very, very important. Sometimes we don't take ourselves seriously enough. I have been so enriched by the content of Mpoi in the course of the years. I think it's 1 year plus that I've been on that platform. I've said that this is exactly how, for ideas to be allowed to come, the best ideas to be allowed to come to the fore, we must have the contestation. Very, very important. And the civility to ensure that we allow for the best ideas to come to the fore. I must commend our administrator for helping us organize ourselves in such a way that from that group, so many ideas have come forth. But let me see Advocate Olole Iyanu said to us that the problem is that we don't have elite consensus. I think the problem is the elite simplicity. End of story. We are the problem. We are such a disappointment, honestly, that our country is in the shape that it is in, and we say we are the elite. Consensus is not really the problem, I think. Let me see an advocate. It is greed and selfishness on the part of our elite. And I know they put water for mouth when I talk. So I see it as it is. We have really nothing to write home about. A pothole starts as a little crack. In fact, they say in Harvard, they have what they call the pothole index. That the number of potholes and the size of a pothole in a country tells you how low that country has sunk in terms of leadership, or the lack of it. I am saying that one thing that we must let the world, we must let our political class know, government or governance is not rocket science. Our leaders should stop making our people believe that there's some kind of voodoo that is needed or required to run institutions.
You can say that again, sir.
It's not hard like that. And those of you who are lawyers know that when I became president of the Nigerian Bar Association in 2020, the first thing, I've always been at the bar. I've always been a barman from Wari, where I started work as a lawyer until I went to Lagos. And one thing that I noticed, you found the bar always cap in hand, begging government for some form of patronage or the other. And so many of us, I thought, even though I was close to the leadership, I just thought the NBA was a broke organization. Just had no cash, couldn't even pay his bills. When I became president, even, because I think my senior brother didn't tell me, that the Nigerian Bar Association, from bar practicing fees alone, gets ₦1 billion a year. At least when I was there, it was ₦1 billion per annum. And I said to myself, so what really is the problem? An organization that makes ₦1 billion alone from fees, don't forget about sponsorships. I ran the association for 2 years. Before I became president, I had complained that the NBA is supposed to be the voice of the voiceless. We were supposed to speak for the people. I recognized very quickly that the bar had gagged itself. The bar in Nigeria has silenced itself. And I remembered Alao, Akabashon, and the others who spoke truth. And I said, when I become president, I will not do anything less. And they said to me, oh, they will deal with you, they will make sure you have, but we had our own money. We didn't need to be subservient to anybody. When I took our NEC meetings, and those of you who know we have quarterly meetings of the bar, normally when you go for NEC meeting, you see them writing letters to governors. Please sponsor us. We need hotel. We need car. When I went for our own NEC meeting, because we could afford it, and because we were prudent with our resources, we just simply go to the town. If you want to contribute, we can pay for our meetings. The bar can pay for the meetings, which we did. Before that time, we're having our meetings. People will only take you as seriously as you take yourself. We're having our meetings. They will stop the meeting halfway. Governor has arrived. They will stop the meeting again. Governor, they go. The leadership will follow the governor to government house because there will be other conversations. I told them, I said, they will not say, President, is the governor not coming? I said, to come and do what? It's our NEC meeting. We have only 1 day to discuss our issues. What is governor coming to do here? If the governor wants to come for a dinner in the evening, all well and good. I say this to say the elite are the problem. Lawyers are the elite, they are running the NBA. You decide to turn everything on its head. It's not that difficult. I ran the association, the Attorney General is here, my friends are here. We were firing on all cylinders. We established 28 committees. We funded the committees ourselves with the money paid by our members. And when I left 1.5 billion naira in the coffers of the NBA. The association, was acknowledged to be at its peak when I left as president. We were meeting all our requirements. Because if you really want to do it, you will do it. We got sponsorship. Oh yes, BK gave us 500 million naira to run the conference in 2021 because he wanted the conference to be in Port Harcourt. But the bar that I ran, he came to me one evening and said, President, when we do this, we're going to come tomorrow. You will bring a live TV, live television for coverage. I said, listen, we'll not get money for live coverage. But I give you money. And I said, the money when you give me, not before live coverage. He said, tomorrow when I come, I want to see live TV. I said, okay. Tomorrow he came, he looked around, and he says, you not bring us, I not bring her. Bottom line, he said, if you want your money, I'll write your check for you right now. I'm not bring her. Okay. 20 million naira, 10 million to channels, 10 million to arrest. That's not money well spent. I said, you have to understand our own issues. I have 13,000 people at this conference. Who are they show? Who are they carry live TV for? 10 o'clock news, they will carry our news. Now, I can spend the money on something else. And he know, say if you do talk, I'll give her the money back. This was in the bank. You have to be intentional and deliberate about these things. We the elite, as as Wale Yamu said, it's a ticking time bomb. Why did I leave my comfort zone? The senior advocate knows. This is the time when I'm actually reaping the reward of 30, I was 30 years as a lawyer last Friday. I was called to the bar. And I'm so sorry I'm taking time, I'll be done. My cousin and I set up our law firm. And we decided that we're going to build an institution. It's taking quite a bit of time, but we are now reaping the benefit. But I decided to leave my comfort zone and come and fix this thing in my enlightened self-interest. Because if we don't sort it out, it will blow up in our faces. It will blow up in our faces. Which is why one is extremely disappointed by the elite. What we have done or what we are doing is a disservice to ourselves. The other day somebody said to me, national award, that Ulu, they gave your successor OOM, they didn't give you. I say, who said they not give me? I will reject it. Is there anything around this country that says that we are honorable or that we are worthy of any award? We must all take collective responsibility for the state in which we are. I don't see how any president can, in good conscience, call people to come and receive awards. Because the man who is deserving of a CFR, fine, he may have done well, but he has not done well enough if the rest of the country is looking the way it's looking. So you suspend national honor. Because there's nothing honorable. You still call them GCFR, GCON, Minimayina. You must be kidding. You must be kidding. And not to talk of the fact that some are paying for it anyways. So, in conclusion, we must wake up. We must tell ourselves it is a call to action, not just because it is the right thing to do. You can give me a bochopa. Not just because it is the right thing to do, ladies and gentlemen. We must wake up because it is the prudent and wise thing to do. I close by telling you this. Many know that I like to go for parties. And in Lagos, when you go for parties, you come out of the party and you see the praise singers with their drums. And they are hailing you. Akbata, Akata, Akbata, Omo King's College. Akbata, lawyer. So I give them money. And then those the elite who live in blissful oblivion tell you, why are you doing that? You are feeding the beast. I say, beast. The man knows my name. Have you looked into his eyes? He's soulless. He's dead. He's walking dead. He knows my name. He knows the school I went to. One day, Fola Adeola was giving a party like that. Fola Adeola founder GTB. He came out of the party. Fola, those of you who know him, very conservative, very strict man. They were praise singing as usual. They didn't call him Fola. They said Tajuddin. That's his Muslim name. Tajuddin, GTB. Strict Fola was going to his car. You know, answer them. Tajuddin. And one Ile McDonald's. He lives on McDonald Road in Korea. Exactly. So the man stopped. All the money in his pocket he brought out. Off money. Cherry there. That address. They know you. And they don't know the road to Asorok. Yes, I'm done. They know your house. One day I was driving my Mercedes. I was going to VGC. One boy knocked on my door. He said, "Bros, you not bring the Range Rover to you?" Ladies and gentlemen, if we use our tongues to count our
Thank you very much. Very inspiring. Very inspiring. Like my pastor was saying, if you want to clap, clap. Thank you very much, the former president. Reform the NBA. Totally. The structure and everything. While we have the honorable, let the table go to the Thank you. While the talks are still going on, we have ready to give us some pep of this type. The honorable member still with us. He's going to be speaking to us for about 3-5 minutes thereabout. But the buffet is ready. And I know that that item is very crucial for our gathering here. So can we move the first table here? We can move the first table here to approach. Thank you. I hope you enjoy your menu. The buffet. There is still more. The kitchen is still very, very buoyant. And this evening is well prepared. And considering the number of persons that have subscribed to making this evening happen, as a matter of fact, can we even clap now that Fair and Mike are interacting? Otherwise, we would have clapped for those who have made the evening to be what it is now. Yes, please, sir, you can clap if you want to. Yes, you are clapping. Thank you, madam. Thank you. Thank you, all of those. The donors list are on the program. This is a well-organized corporate contact and very simple but very classy gathering. And I'm very impressed, privileged to be here to speak to very great people, intellectuals. Now, Mr. Dan, my dear colleague, he actually wanted to speak soon after that very great presentation by the former Attorney General. Now that we are meeting and bodies are reorganized again, the strategy can still resume its place. So please, may we call on you to please do your comments and or observations. Do you want me to bring the microphone or you come forward here? I prefer that you come here so that everybody can have a clear view. Please put your hands together for me. We want to have a glimpse of you again. You look very yellow, black, and cool.
Well, thank you very much for this recognition. Even if I quarreled with the father, I was the first to signify the intention to speak on his own call. I know that this is what opinion. Many of the things. Okay. Many of the things I had in mind to say. They probably flown over my head. But it's essential for me to also state that I met Mr. Wole Iyamo in 2014. A very close friend of his, they were at the Koyi Club at the time and called me and said, please, I want you to meet this gentleman, Wole Iyamo, and Mr. Declaration for Works, Mr. Osajongi. We spoke on phone. And when they came to Benin, we tried to meet several times. We never finally met. But I felt at the time that they were not too serious with me at that time. And as a lawyer, we don't really force ourselves on people. So we have a way we look at these things. And my path went in a different direction. Maybe if we had really engaged, my political path would have been very different from where I am now. I will say that I want to say that Nigerians, yes, we like to talk a lot. Nigerians should give Nigerians days to speak. They really speak for long. And I have also noticed that almost every Nigerian, I also noticed that almost every Nigerian points the finger at others. No Nigerian has really come out to take responsibility for the situation of things. We like to pontificate. We like to, look at things as though we are very remote from, the problems on ground. But whereas I believe that almost every Nigerian that has served in public institution has been part of the problem that we all complain about today. I believe they've not been able to do much to be able to reverse the situation. Again, no matter the beautiful prose, no matter the way we speak, the sophistries and demagogues, if we do not address the system that we run, we will remain where we are. We'll keep speaking English, we'll leave this place, our children will take over, their children will take over, and that is how it will be. We must address the system, the reason why we are where we are. Now, let me give you a scenario. Take Germany, France, the UK entirely, Spain, the Netherlands, Italy, Portugal. Put them together and forcibly make them one country and make them to practice unitary system of government. Their situation will be far worse than what we have in Nigeria. You cannot have people who are disparate, who are different, who have been living differently from themselves for centuries, if not thousands of years. You cannot have them forcibly put together, creating them into one country, and they start having the unitary system that we have in Nigeria. They are not going to have problems. We all the ethnicities making up Nigeria, have different ideas of what the true North is. Everybody, some say the North is this way. Others will say, no, the North is this way. Others will say, no, the North is this way. And you have all of these people piloting the affairs of the country. When you have a system where those who pilot the affairs do not agree on one thing, on the way to go, you are going to have a leaderless ship. And that is what we have in Nigeria. Many people have not been able to identify this. But I'm saying this so that we have people who are in the House of Rep here, we have people who are aspiring to go to the House of Rep, for instance, or the Senate. These are the things we should be discussing. We cannot continue with the system that we have and expect that magic will happen. I want to say that we must go back to the earlier days of creating rivalry, where we could say, where entities, company entities, existed as countries within a country. So the company entities could develop, could identify where their true north is and chart their own course towards that north. So, for instance, the north could say, oh, we want Sharia for ourselves, and we'll implement Sharia system for us. The western region could say, oh, we are going to operate a secular system. At the time, nobody knew the difference between Islam and Christianity in the western region. It was a bad development. And that was why they could build the first television station in Africa, the first library, the first this, first that, and first that. And there were developments along the line. And there were healthy competitions, healthy rivalry among the various regions. So we must go back to where we make the component entities to be strong enough to exist on their own. What do I mean by this? We must refrigerate Nigeria. What they call refrigeration. We must refrigerate Nigeria. We cannot continue in this unitary system. We cannot continue with a system where somebody who burns alcohol, for instance, in Sokoto or Kano, and they destroy bottles of beer, alcohol, and the rest, and they share from the VAT from the sale of alcohol. It doesn't make sense. I think this is the only country where that is done. We cannot do that. Let people develop at their own pace. If people believe that camel is the best means of transportation for them, all fair and good. So those of us who believe that information is the best for us, then we can gravitate towards the areas where they choose information as the super highway for development. So these are the things. Structure. Very essential.
Thank you very much. Very great speech there. Federating autonomous states contributing to the center. Not the center having all the El Dorado and dictating and keep sharing money to the different states. We now call, probably, very, very emphatically, the House of Rep member was going to speak, he was going to do a keynote, brief one, before he stepped out to do some other matters. It's the reason we brought in some other speakers to fill in the gap. Also, the Lion Bar Chair is also going to do some footnoting of speeches. So please, may we call on the House of Rep member, Honorable Mpoi to please do us a little pep talk.
Thank you very much. Let me humbly acknowledge the administrator of NPOI. I'd like to also acknowledge the members on the table out here and everyone sat in the hall. Ladies and gentlemen, compliments of the season. I want to appreciate the platform NPOI. I remember years ago when Jeff and I had this conversation, and he did mention about his brother in the US. You remember that? And it was an initiative that, to be honest, I never thought would come this big. And today we all sit here talking about a forum where we can discuss issues of mutual interest, disagree to agree on various fronts. Without that platform, we won't be able to share ideas. And I'm sure we've learned a whole lot from each other, in spite of our differences, be it political, be it ethnic, or be it religious. But one way or the other, he's been able to moderate that platform in a very matured manner that people now adhere to rules and regulations. So I must commend you, Barrister Jefferson, and all those who participate on a daily basis. For me, I can assure you that I read practically everything that comes up there. I may not contribute on the platform, but I tend to read a lot and I've learned a whole lot. So I thank you guys for all you share, and I learned a lot from it. Speaking to the situation within our society, our country as a nation, my brother Lou did justice to issues as it affects systems and procedures. And my big uncle, Lou Olese, also talked about the issues with the elites. So I'm going to be digressing a little bit from that aspect. However, I will underpin the same issue with the elites as well. I'm going to be coming from the moral standpoint. I think some of the issues we have, be it in politics, in business, in family, is that we have really left behind us moral values. If we adopt the right moral values in our way of life, I can assure you that a whole lot will happen differently. We can't keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. This affects both the elite and the normal, I don't like to use the word, the common man, the day-to-day. I think if we're able to walk from both ends, we'll be able to have a midpoint where we can change scenarios in our society. People should be able to stand by their words. If you say yes, it should be yes. If you say no, it should be no. But where you stand and you hold public office, you hold exalted offices, and you cannot even keep by simple agreements and discussions the society that you're ruling or governing or being the president is bound to fail. So I think that one aspect we should continue to dwell on is the aspect of morality. Very key. We must begin to check ourselves. I don't know if the curriculum in schools should now bring up corruption as a subject matter, because back in the days, for everything that, every subject matter that was inculcated in us, one way or the other, we still remember them, we still know them. So we need to start, because generations and generations are wasting away. My brother here, Olu, you're a few years older than I am, right? So, for whatever it is, we've had a state where we are both interested in vying for the number one position. We've had a state where those that have governed us, be it rightly or wrongly, haven't done their best, are all in their 60s to 70s. The first governor from 1999 was Lucky Benedict. Then I was in my 30s. I crossed 30s to 40s. And I like to stop at that. What I'm saying is, we do not want generations to waste away. The comedian that came here talked about leaders of tomorrow. We must begin to look at how we can have shifts in generations. If all those that have ruled us before now are not assessing what they have done, but if they are all within the 60s cadre, I think that the 40s and the 50s should be given an opportunity to cover the gap of that generation. Then if we fail the society and the state, then we can be held responsible. So again, I want to thank Barrister Jefferson and all of you, and I want us to please take the issue of morality very important. It covers, it encompasses everything we'll be talking about here. Hello? It encompasses everything we'll be talking about here. Whether you will govern well, whether you will be a good administrator, whether you will be a good driver, whether you will be a good farmer, for whatever you're doing, if you don't have the right morals in place, and we're not honest to ourselves, we don't keep to simple agreements, we don't look at issues strategically to be able to help ourselves, we're wasting our time. Let us move away from the era of, oh, it's politics. That's how politics is. I'm a different kind of politician. Yes, I have a mix now of political experience and also private sector. Olu is coming in now from the private sector. So I'm sure that God will, let God's will be done in our lives. Amen. And for whatever it is, we cannot get it wrong if we move away from the traditional way of deceiving ourselves. We must change our society. We must stop to play to the gallery. We must be able to speak truth to power. As we speak, so people cannot look at the president of Nigeria and tell you the truth. So the moment you have the wrong, yes, the moment, yes, they'll be standing on the mandate. They cannot tell you the truth. And if we come to our own state, hello, if we come to our own state, it's still the same thing. People cannot look at a governor and tell the governor the truth. Why? Because for those of us that have second address, for those of us that tomorrow if we walk away from politics, we will still be able to face our front and do the right thing. We don't hesitate to speak truth to power. We were at a meeting earlier on today, Olo and I, and somebody said in the meeting that back in the days, they would call a governor to come and sit down and tell the governor this is right or this is wrong. That's what happened here today. And if you look at these are men that have excelled over the years in their different endeavors. The governor of Edo State was sat there in that meeting. So we need to go back to those areas where the governor should be the one serving the people, not the people serving the governor. If you are serving the governor, you cannot correct the governor, and they are not doing him any good. If you are dancing to the guy, so we want to change that dynamic. We want to be able to relate with the people. We want to be accessible. We know what governance is. If as a House of Rep member for 8 years, well, let me thank all my Oregon constituents for the opportunity to break that jinx of going back. On oversight functions, which was not my primary duty, I was able to touch every aspect within my constituency. I believe that on a wider reach, I'll be able to govern a state like Edo State. However, getting the right people around and getting the right generation and getting those that will not be scared to speak truth to power is key. If we have all these at the back of our mind, no matter where you are, I can see Mpoi Dinner here. This is one big man. I'm not patronizing him. That we're all proud of. When you say, yes, when you say Lapo, you have not only talked about empowering people, even in the sight of God, you have done and you're doing the right thing. You have been able to empower people. You didn't need to play politics to do that. You didn't need any politician for you to excel to that level. So we must begin to understand that. Let us begin to put square pegs in square holes. Let us not settle for short-term pecuniary gains. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. Thank you.
Well spoken. I think he deserves another round of applause. Thank you very much. As he was speaking, a thought was running through me. Beyond this camaraderie of end of year awards, buffet, and all of that, I think MPOI needs to engage the leadership structure. Because we don't have a repertoire, for instance, repertoires to, yes sir, to communicate our results. We need to engage the leadership. We need to take it to the next level. We need to talk truth to power. All of the talks here we are talking, we round up here, and tomorrow we are off, we are on the platform and engaging. I think most of the talks here should actually engage the leadership so that they will know that there is a pressure group via the social media driven community that is poised to change and bring a paradigm shift. I want to please humbly invite the chairman of the Lion Bar, who's been here poised with us for the most of the time. Please, excuse me for a while.
Thank you very much. My very respected contribution we have a ceremony here, which is the presentation of the awards. We will run quickly, and then we will come back to my senior friend, the chairman of the Lion Bar, so that we don't keep a lot of our persons here. But I don't want any of the awardees to just take up immediately and get your award, please. I know this is illegitimate. So we're going to call so we just call, and then after two, then we'll take the chairman of Lion Bar, then we'll continue again. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, now we are in the award mood now, and we have the awards also chronicled in the program. We have about 7 or so of it. And the first award is going to MPOI Person of the Year. And I'm sure he's not here. Are we streaming online? Oh, beautiful. You must be watching. And the award is going to... He's commenting. Really. We want to call on Okumbolo, please come forward to receive on his behalf. But while you stand in his place, we read a brief citation here in the program. Please, can you poise for the camera? Yeah, the citation. Okay. Now, the award for MPOI Person of the Year goes to no other than the very vibrant, all engaging. At times I wonder, I wake up at about 11, 12 in the night. This guy is still posting and engaging. It goes to no other than a young man who has done very well for himself, to the nation, internationally. Global Enabling Function Manager with 20 years plus years, I beg your pardon, 20 years plus of experience, leading and supporting corporate and international projects with up to 225 USD billions in revenue, spanning 20 years plus, countries on a 4 continents level. Ni is married to Adedoyin, and they are blessed with 2 children. He keenly follows Formula 1, rugby, cricket, football, and enjoys chess. Today, as we gather, as intellectuals here, they have for award for MPOI, Person of the Year goes to Mr. Ni Obembe. If he's watching, please put your hands together for him. We humbly ask that our honorable member, Mpoi Dinner, do us the honors of presenting the award. The plaque is ready, sir.
Thank you. On behalf of MPOI, Marketplace of Ideas, I'm humbled to have this opportunity to present this MPOI Person of the Year 2023 to Mr. Ni Obembe. Congratulations.
Obembe.
This wife.
Obembe.
I like that. Thank you. You may want to do 1 or 2 lines on his behalf.
Ask me.
I have the permission of my very good senior friend and brother, whom I affectionately call Mr. Gomez, to receive this award on his behalf, and also to say 1 or 2 of thanks and appreciation to the Admin General and all other persons who made this happen. He appreciates every one of us, and he takes this very seriously. He promises to do more to build a very stronger Edo State and indeed Nigeria. But he's interested in our state. So, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. May we put our hands together for him. The next award goes to a man we all know as Big Uncle. Just presented a paper, very cerebral. We like to call him out first before we read his very short, paraphrased citation. Please make welcome the former Attorney General, Honorable Commissioner for Justice, Edo State, our very big uncle, Oluwole Iyamu, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Uncle, ever dandy, ever very energetic. Now, let's listen to a resume about him. Oluwole is a member of the Nigerian Bar Association, NBA, and its various sections, and is also a member of the International Bar Association. Luole Yanu is married with 2 children, both of whom are lawyers. He is a member of the Island Club, Lagos Ikoyi Club, Golf Section, and the Benin Club. He enjoys watching non-fiction, news, memoirs, biographies, documentaries, and docudramas. His favorite pastime is traveling, visiting historic sites, and playing golf.
Exactly.
May we please call on the former NBA champ? Oh, sorry. See, please, I beg your pardon. May we call on the NBA champ to please present the award? I think I should be briefed ahead of time, so that we don't make avoidable mistakes. He is also a golfer. Yes. To present this coveted award.
This plaque is proudly presented to Mr. Oluwole Iyamo of Nigeria as Marketplace of Ideas Most Engaging Award for Professional Excellence. I must say personally, sir, you gave some lectures before on the platform and too academic. I left master's programs many years ago, so catching up with you lawyers is always a bit difficult, but very nice. Like this evening's lecture, sir. So many things to take home from. And if you don't, I can't even leave my statement if I give it to him.
Yeah, as you have talked, please look at this camera.
Yes, please. Sir, son, so many beautiful talks. First of all, my background, I've been a lecturer, I've made generals, I've made officers. My background is strategic studies. My 2 masters in strategic studies. And so that is what I'm happy to see my brothers here with me. We're earlier on, that's the meeting, earlier this evening. Strategy, that's what we are missing. That's what we are missing in these states. If you are a military man, you grow most of the time your career in the north. They have strategy. They have native intelligence. They don't need sand. They don't need PhD. Sorry. Please, sir. Due respect. That tobacco man selling tobacco by the roadside, is no more than a PhD holder in Edo. And that is why once they decide, that's it. And they will hold on to this power. Forget it. This so-called our elites that we have here and everything. Strategy. That's what I studied. I spent 35 years and I retired as an Air Vice Marshal. My last appointment was Deputy Chief of Defense Staff. Why don't become Chief of Defense Staff or Chief of Air Staff? No strategy. No strategy. It's all good, sir.
This is practical impartition. Please, may we put our hands together for that wonderful coveted award. Ambodwani, 1 or 2 words.
We talk later. That's why I started to Honorable, we are joining. Once those 2 are with me, you can forget Jefferson. Camera, wait. Back to the face. Balance.
This is strategy.
Very strategic.
Very strategic.
Thank you.
AVM has said it all. We must move from Egiawu to strategy.
Thank you very much. Now we want to call. Hello. We are inviting the next recipient. Hello. The next recipient is a drinker of oil. It shows all over him. Please make welcome I.K. Osumo, the next recipient. Can you take the podium, please? Yes, we have a level ground here, but you are standing on a peculiar podium. Yeah, on a peculiar podium. Please, is the next recipient, and this award is strategic. Is marketplace of idea, trouble maker of the year, very strategic. The concert to Osumo, born into a family of late Chief S.D. Osumo of Idu village in Oyo and local government area of Edo State. Educated at Arinze Primary School in Benin City and Benin Technical College, Benin City. Before attending the then, sorry, I needed your attention. Okay, I take it from educated at Arinze Primary School in Benin City and Benin Technical College, Benin City, before attending the then Bendel State University, Egoma. He has worked severally in different companies and presently the Human Resources Manager at Okomu Oil Palm Co. PLC, a creative writer who has written manuscripts for Nollywood. Frankly speaking, he is a good footballer. He is married with 3 very glorious children. I present to you the troublemaker of the year 2023, MPOI, I.K. Osumo. I want to be presented by the Lion Bar Chairman, Chief Rosa Edo Sagi.
It is a great privilege and humble to make this presentation to Mr. Mpoi Dinner as the troublemaker of the year. Honestly speaking, when I saw the category, I was taken aback. And just to add voice to it, my immediate past president, MD, Olumide Bata, actually remarked that we will prefer to be a troublemaker too. I'm very delighted this evening to make this presentation to you with great humility and joy. Congratulations. I wish you many more glories. Thank you very much.
Thank you. May you make some trouble via the microphone.
Thank you very much.
I don't know. I think this was very, very malicious, so to say. I've been trying to explain to my son, which is in Canada, is visiting to us now in Canada, and my wife here, that troublemaker of the year is not really a bad thing. Yesterday I was doing a work by Business Sports Club. She came to stand by me. Today she says she will not stand by me. And she's sitting down there and says, I can't stand by you. It's not a bad thing. I'm not. Well, I'm happy to do this. And I've had people speak, and a lot of people, especially my friend over here, spoke about saying the system is the problem. I don't think the system is the problem. There is no bad system in this world. The people are the problem. The people are the problem. And then last year, who I must say, you're my brother, who were knowing you from the very beginning. And thank you. Come and take a picture with me with it. Thank you.
I lie with you. You are disappointed.
Thank you very much.
I like to move emotion. You will appeal to Madam.
Yeah, please.
Please.
Madam, please. Those in favor that Madam should stand by her husband, say
hands together for Madam. In fact, Madam is receiving the award now with it properly. Can the camera just catch the moment?
Madam, please let me try to take picture.
Mr. Jefferson, I would have suggested table shaker award, but it's already done. It's already done. It's a done table shaker award. Next year they will give you table shaker award. Thank you very much.
I only got it because Dele Lepe took a holiday.
Madam, you can see that IK is very low. IK is popular. Troublemaking in the right direction. Now please, may we quickly call. Hello. We call on the representative of the MPOI, Outstanding Nigerian Philanthropist of MPOI, Nigerian Philanthropist. The representative here, please. We are talking about Princess Dr. Ambassador Mrs. R.U. Osula Nkoatu. Please, we want the representative to come forward. Okay, beautiful. You're welcome. Please, may we put our hands together for her. May we clap, please? Dear Madam Philanthropist is unavoidably absent for obvious engagements that have been scheduled before today's. Today we present the Outstanding Nigerian Philanthropist Award courtesy MPOI to Princess Dr. Ambassador Mrs. R.U. Osula Nkoatu. Now a brief resume. Princess Dr. Ambassador Mrs. R.U. Osula Nkoatu JP, FCCM, AMBPUN, was born into the Osula royal family of the Great Benin Kingdom in Edo State. She is a successful international businesswoman and a founder initiator of Rosula Foundation, a non-governmental organization operating at local, national, and international levels with the aim of alleviating the suffering of people through education, empowerment, and humanitarian services. Her successes in business and philanthropy has earned her numerous awards from both within and outside the country. Today is another feather added to her, and this is courtesy of MPOI, Outstanding Nigerian Philanthropist of the Year 2023 and ongoing. Please may we call on the former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Olumide Apata Esquire, to please present this. May we put our hands together.
It is my honor and my privilege to present on behalf of MPOI this plaque to Princess R.U. Osula Nkoatu as an outstanding Nigerian philanthropist. I must say that you must be hiding or living under a rock if you don't know who Princess Osula Nkoatu is, and if you haven't heard of all that she has done for our people in Edo State and Nigeria. We only say that the reward for hard work is more work, and we hope that our dear princess will continue to do all that she does for the benefit of humanity and for mankind. I congratulate you and I wish you well.
Permit me to stand on the existing protocol. I wish to especially thank the organizers of MPOI for this award, recognizing our principal, Dr. Princess Rosemary Osula Nkoatu, for her hard work in humanitarian service. May I please to inform you that over the years, Princess Dr. Rosemary Osula Nkoatu has done greatly in humanitarian service, even during the areas of COVID-19. She has trained a lot of children in BIU. the Benedict University, the Crescent University, University recently. She was equally awarded the honorary degree for PhD recently from the University as a result of her talk. So I want to use this opportunity to say thank you to the organization of this MPOI and especially our very own brother, Barrister Jefferson. Always our brother, anytime, any day. Thank you, we appreciate it. God bless you.
Thank you. Can we put our hands together for her? She's up to the task. We will do some music. We have still awards.
Just what music?
Okay. Organizers are saying that a little music to lively us up, then we take the next award. About the other award remaining, 2 of them. Can the music play, please? Did you hear us? Okay, some photo clicking here. There is a great entourage, courtesy of our princess. Now, let the photo clicking happen. People are not smiling at all. Why? I can see that. Thank you very much. Please convey our Merry Christmas New Year to Madam. Okay, break it down. Thank you very much. We are going to take the next round of awards and about 1 or 2 or so. But please, I have been instructed under, some sort of instruction here. May we quickly call on the Lion Chair Chairman here to do us a brief, goodwill for about 3 or thereabout minutes. Then we take the next set of awards. Then the evening must have been done. Thank you very much. Welcome the Lion Chair, please, with a round of applause. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. First of all, let me add my voice to appreciate the visionary to this very, very great initiative, marketplace of ideas. I can tell you clearly that whatever Jefferson Warren conceives in his mind is really achievable. And not too long ago, when this issue, this project started, little did we know that it will, grow this big. But before I go further, let me equally appreciate Mr. President, the immediate past president of the Yoruba Association. When he walked in, I was a bit taken aback, only to realize because any president of the NDA in any jurisdiction, like the Benin branch, the first person to know is the chairman. But it occurred to me that, this is the immediate past. Because when YC Mikhail came in yesterday, on his way, they placed a call across to me. And my very dear cousin, of course, has been jetting in and out of town, for so many obvious reasons. So I'm particularly happy to see him here again this evening. Well, so many things have been said. And incidentally, the former Attorney General, my classmate, Centennial class in law school, classmates in law school. We call it Centennial class because law school as in 1986 was 100 years old. Incidentally, he's gone. I wanted to interrogate some of the things he had mentioned. But let me just say clearly here that the issue with the country is leadership. Clearly, it's leadership, the elite class. And of course, I will add that we have a system failure. The system failure is there. No matter how good you can be, just like we just espoused our very dear one here, Elder Higamu Soy. There are certain things that Hige Musoi cannot do when the system fails. Hige Musoi is an epitome of integrity. I've known him for quite some time now in our society. And I know one thing, that he holds steadfastly is integrity. And so when you have a system failure in any community or in any society, you have a problem. No matter how good you can be, you cannot function. But I'll say clearly, just like my immediate partner have said, we have a leadership issue. When the leadership fails, it's a big problem. It is one thing to go to school, it's another thing to be educated. When I was just running as NBA chairman, there were some reforms I wanted to put in place. And of course, both times I called my immediate past president of the NBA. And in the NBA, you have some pockets of renegades who do not like reforms. They will engage people outside to put all manner of garbage in the social media. I'm a victim. So the truth about it is that you could be educated, and at the same time, you are very, very, very far from being educated. And it's not only in the NBA, in most professions, in the sense that quality these days, has fallen tremendously. We do not have what we used to have in the past. Of course, I can appreciate, our Honorable Morgan Benihama. He's done so well. So these are the young minds, we are trying to recreate a better society, for each and every one of us. But it's a Herculean task, but it's doable. I was just to say here that I'm not going to say much because there are a lot of colleagues here, in the legal community, Kumpolo, Jefferson himself, my immediate past, and some few other colleagues who are here. But other than to say that, I want to give, on behalf of the Nigerian Bar Association, to appreciate our visionary, Jefferson Warrior, for what he has conceived and has become what it is today. It takes a great mind, dogged great mind, to do what he has done. And we are all living testimony, to the vision, of a dream of just one individual. Unfortunately, because of my office, there are so many platforms, that of course, are before me. So oftentimes I hardly find time to go through. But critical issues on MPOI, my attention is really drawn to it. And I just make some comments, private chat, Jefferson Warrior. I just want to commend him, and I appreciate each and every one of us who have spent time to be here this evening. And of course, have stayed this long too. Again, too, it goes to show the regard, the loyalty, the respect you have for MPOI. I'm particularly delighted I'm a member of MPOI, even though most times I'm passive. But like American Beniham has said, we benefit enormously, because you have a bunch of intellectuals there, and don't take it for granted. Because the greatest, weapon you have is your mind. You have great minds in MPOI, and that is the joy we have because being members of the MPOI. And I cannot thank Jefferson Warrior for the vision. And on behalf of the Global Association, the legal community here, I say Merry Christmas, happy and prosperous New Year in advance. Thank you.
Very wonderful speech by my chairman of the Lion Bar. Please, he deserves another round of applause. We will clap for him, please. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Always delivers. Now, we want to do the next set of awards, and this award is going to Edo Son Pataki. He's done so well, represented very well. He controls the financial airwaves from Edo to Nigeria to Sub-Saharan Africa. He's encroaching into UAE. They are having a run for their strategy over there. He's a man we respect enormously. Very well poised, a man of seasons. Please make welcome the turnaround business person of the year and the person of the man who is already standing. Please make welcome Godwin Egiamuso, PhD. The standing ovation is necessary. Thank you, sir. And to give credence to how coveted this award is going to be presented. I'll call him later, but to introduce him by the vision bearer himself, Jefferson Warrior Squad. But meanwhile, let's take your resume very briefly. Godwin Egiamuso, an acknowledged social entrepreneur, who has applied the concept of social enterprise to successfully build a number of enterprises which address the needs of persons and businesses at the bottom end of society engagement. In the late 1980s, he founded Lift Above Poverty Organization, LAPO, a pro-poor development organization which has grown into a number of mutually reinforcing institutions in microfinance, microinsurance, micro-leasing, and healthcare, technology, and education in Nigeria and Sierra Leone. He earned a doctorate degree in policy and development studies of Ambrose Ali University, Edo State, with distinction in dissertation on policy, instruments, and financial inclusion. He is a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I present to you very stoutly the MPOI Turnaround Business Person of the Year 2023. The competition will also be presented by the one and only Jefferson Warren Esquire.
Thank you. Ordinary, I want to thank you for this award and of course the appreciation of what we do. Ordinarily, I think I'm a happy person, but deep in me, I don't think that I have some sense of regrets. And it is not about myself, it's not about my business, it's about Nigeria. In 1979, I was at the University of Benin. I was barely 21 years old. And I went to TV Road, the headquarters of UPA. And I went there and I said I was not going to be a polling agent. I was going to be a campaign agent, volunteer. I was a year 2 student at the University of Benin. And Ambrose Ali addressed us, few of us, and said, you know, we don't have anything, money and all that. We said, no, we have. He deployed me with his letter signed to the person who was contesting for House of Assembly, Mr. J.I. Job Obano. And I went to him. And we were going from villages to villages in the whole area. And of course, Fedeco did it so well that they were having specimen copy of the ballot paper. So you go to the village and say, put your finger on the light on Nigeria, SUP. Yet barely about 27 or 26, I set up what you call Lift Above Poverty Organization. You see, but at 65, when I look back, I never thought Nigeria would be where we are today. That is the regret I have. But I believe again that what I've always spoken about has been confirmed by the former president of MPA, saying that the problems are the elites. We are the problem. The roads are bad, we get SUV. The educational system collapsing, we send our children abroad. Security is bad, we get some policemen that guide us. I say Magodo in Lagos. I know of a man that has 7 policemen guarding him. And so here we are. But unfortunately, I think this is where the danger is. Of course, the danger is already here. Whether you talk about kidnapping, you talk about security, or whatever it is, the ordinary Nigeria has been ignored and neglected for the past 40 years, and they are fighting back. And the fight may even be more than this. I think this is where we should be worried. So again, I want to thank you for this award. Thank you so much.
Let's take this. Please join us. As soon as please join. Yes, there were these evenings. Then after that. Yes. All members present, join us quickly, please. Aaron, please join us now. All members present. Just present. Yes. Camera, put your camera in front. Be in front.
Thank you very much.
As we go back to our seats, I'm giving the vote of thanks. I want to thank you all for your kind presence. I want to particularly thank our brother and very distinguished Senator Matthew Yoride for very powerful representation to attend this event. We introduced the Summer SND earlier, and I'm happy he came along with his wife. I want to thank you so much for this evening. We've had Mr. So, we want to thank every person who contributed in one way or another in ensuring this evening. I want to thank my brother, the former president of NBA, for finding time to be here with us. God will see you through in this your wonderful, interesting journey. We will give you journey message, you will fly, you will travel by road. God will give you journey. You will fight for the poor of Benin, you will fight for the poor of Edo State. God will follow you. I pray for all my friends and brothers for all their kind support. Importantly, the persons who did so much and are not here, because thank all of you. I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Have a great day. Thank you very much. No national anthem, I came. Yeah, salute.